Hello and welcome. On this episode of Abby Normal Garage, we will be replacing the leaking water pump in our 1995 Ford F-150. We noticed that it was leaking after the Somerset steam show, and first we'll start by unhooking our lower radiator hose and draining it into this bucket. Alright, I got that loosened up. Here we go. Well, the radiator's draining in the bucket nicely. Now we'll go ahead and remove our upper radiator hose. This is where one of those really fancy, like, battery ratchets would be great. Alright. Hose is off. We're going to go ahead and change the thermostat too while we're here doing this, and I also have a replacement for that hose as well. Alright, next thing is fan shroud. Next, we need to remove the 4 bolts that hold the fan on. Put that in our magnetic holder, so we don't lose nothing. With the last bolt removed, the fan assembly should slide right off. Just like that. Alright, we'll use this ratchet to relieve the tensioner. Pull the belt off like that. Still got my fan in there. I'm having a hard time getting it out with the shroud in the way. Now that annoying intake hose is out of the way, the belt's off, the fan's off, coolant's drained out, we're going to remove the top screws that hold the radiator fan shroud on. Do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. That should just pick right up out of there. Like that. Okay, we'll remove these 3 bolts. Fits this one. And this bolt right here. You know, compared to those modern cars, this is probably pretty easy. Alright, we're going to pick this up forward, off of that stud, and try to position it off to the side. Now that our power steering bracket's off to the side, I'm going to try to break the water pump loose with this 1/4-inch impact. Nope. Try this one. Hey, you got that one. Yep. Yep. I don't think you gotta take all these out, but why not? Nope. spring came out. Okay, let's give it a shot by hand. Gonna try to heat this one up so we don't break this one. Ow. And we broke the other one off, but we did get the pump off. So I'm just working this other bolt out now. It's broke. It'll take a while, but we got the other one out no problem, so I'll come back to you when we get it out. Oh my God, I finally got it. Yay! Hey! That's great. Woohoo! Now let's get the 2 bolts out for the thermostat housing and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. I'm gonna warm up around this bolt so it's easier to get out. Darn dog went in. She said to hell with us. Alright, I think we got it. Well, we got both broken bolts out. We got our thermostat housing off. We flushed our block out. We've got all our holes plugged. Now we got to go inside and panic order this. I want to change these cooling hoses for the heater core. And I also want to put an all aluminum radiator in it. Being, man, I'm beat. What's that thing your mama used to say? When the going gets rough, the rough get going? Is that what she said? Yeah, maybe. So in talking to my dad, he's convinced me that we should change the timing cover gasket as well while we got it this far apart. I already loosened up the bolts for this pulley, so let's go ahead and pull this off. Okay. Now let's take the bolt that holds the harmonic to the crank out. Okay. Yep. There you go. Alright, let's see. Those are 1/2-inch bolts. Okay. Okay. This one's got the timing pointer. Okay. Will it pop right off? Oh, of course not. All it takes is a little bit of persuasion. Okay. Alright, Abby, we're going to glue these gaskets on. Just put a little bit around this edge. Little dab will do you. It's okay, Abby. What do you think, we need more than a dab? Here we are putting the water pump back in. If you've actually watched up to this point, you'll notice that the timing cover's back on. I had a heck of a time getting that timing cover back on. We finally did get it, and I didn't think it was actually not going to leak, but it doesn't leak, so mission accomplished. All I know is buckle up your seatbelts. This is going to be one long video. We're only halfway through it. Thanks for watching. Here we are at the end of day 2. We got our timing cover pulled off, new gasket installed, new crank seal installed, We put our harmonic balancer back on, our pulley back on. We got our new water pump installed, minus the 2 bolts we broke. They should be here Thursday. We got our thermostat reinstalled. That's all torqued down. We got all of our hoses removed. And we have new material to make the hoses tomorrow. Alright, so here's the biggest hose we gotta reproduce. We gotta cut this swag coupler off. We'll cut a new piece of hose for this section. We'll make a new piece of hose for this. And then this long hose that goes to the heater core we're gonna have to replace as well. But we will be reusing this piece. So let's unclamp all these hoses and get this apart. Okay, so we completed changing this hose off camera. So now we're going to cut this fitting here and try to attempt to change this hose. Alright, let's get a screwdriver, we'll pry that off. There we go. That's how you get that off. Alright, we got our new piece of hose here. Slide that on just like that. Man, these are kind of whammy. I wish I had these yesterday. Now we're going to go ahead and measure this hose up. Go to the heater core. It's right in the middle of this A. I'm going to use my garden shears because my hose cutters are not working too good. Snip that. And being I don't really want to fight this, I'm just going to score this a few times. Should just pop right out. And we're going to clamp. Slide it on. Clamp on. This hose is done. It's ready to be installed. So let's go ahead and flush this port out. Oh, we can't really do that one. Let's hook up to this one. We'll purge this manifold. Okay, that one's clean, clear. Okay. Let's go ahead and purge the heater core now. Alright, we're hooked into the heater core. Looks like we got some nasty water there for a second. Looks like we're still getting some weird tinge. Let's hook up to the other side and flow it the other direction. Oh yeah, oh brown water. Alright. You know, some of them shops offer a coolant system flush, but I don't think it's as involved as this. Alright, that's clean and clear. Alright, so it looks like the first hose we have to deal with is the bypass hose. The bypass hose goes from this port on the water pump to this port on the thermostat cover. Make sure our clamps aren't going to get in the way. Okay. There's the bypass hose installed. Okay, now we got to put the long hose that we made the shop earlier on. I'm going to put that on the water pump. I applied some lubricant so it'll slide right on. That's always helpful when you're doing these things. Alright, let's put our bolt back in our bracket there. Okay, go ahead and tighten this up. I think it'll be okay. And this little hose up here goes up here on our manifold, like so. Let's take our clamp, put it in position. Alright. And really the only other hose we got left is the one that goes between here and here. That ain't nothing but a thing. So let's get that cut out real quick. Apparently I put that hose in there and I forgot to turn the camera on. But anyway, we got a new piece of hose in here. And these clamps are barely big enough. Hopefully I can... There we go. Never mind. I think I can get them on. These ones are 1/4 inch. So we don't want to kill them because they can break. Just one finger it. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. Alright, okay, that's tight. That's tight. Water pump, bypass, all that's tight. Now we just need to clamp our heater core hoses and the hose portion of our project will be complete. YouTube channel. Oh, you want to play? That's what it is. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Go get it. Well, our new radiator came. Looks real nice. It's a 3-row by Champion. The truck originally had a 2-row in it, so this is an upgrade. Looking forward to getting it in. It looks well made. So, however, FedEx decided not to drop off my bolts. So I had to run to town and go to the hardware store and engineer a solution to our problem. So what I came up with is this bolt can replace the other bolt without any issue. It's the right length and everything. This, I'm going to have to make a stud out of it, so we're going to thread it in. We'll put a nut about here. We'll tighten it up with the nut, and then the power steering pump bracket will slide over this part. So we got to cut this head off. Let's go ahead and test our work here and see how well we did with our stud. It's that hole. It goes on there and it goes like that. Yep. Alright. That one's started. Let's do this top one now. Make sure we're not crushing that oil pressure switch wiring. And we'll put our other bolt in. No worries. Alright, that's back on. Now we can put our fan back on. Utilizing our belt diagram, we'll put our serpentine belt back on. Peel the tensioner back. It goes under this pulley right here. Make sure we're on everything. Looks like we might be not completely aligned with the crankshaft pulley. Well, that looks right. Alright, serpentine belt's back on. Alright, and now we got our brand new radiator. Let's set it in. Should just drop right in. There we go. Let's get our bolts bolted up. Alright, now we're going to pick up our fan shroud and set it down on the clips, just like that. Then we'll put our bolts in. Here we go. We're putting our top radiator hose in. Let's go ahead and tighten these clamps up on that. And now we got to go down below and put the lower hose on. Dump some coolant in. Just need the thermostat though. Come on. Well, here we are after 3 afternoons working on this thing. We got our nice new radiator here. We got all our hoses hooked up and replaced. It's running good. It sounds good. Don't see any leaks. I think it's a success. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends.